We about to get this season started. As y'all know, the Yankees are dealing with some injuries at the present moment. Gerrit Cole, I do have him out for the year. As a matter of fact, pretty much anybody that could be injured, I have injured so long as they would be back by about April 15th. So anything where it's like somebody's out till April 3rd, I didn't bother injuring them, so we're not going to concern ourselves with that. Let's take a look at the roster that we do have at the moment. The rotation is as of March 14th, and as of when the Yankees brass really stated that they were going to. So Rodon will get the opening day start. Max Fried to be behind him. Stroman is still going to be a starter, as he's already proclaimed, and I ain't about to get into a fight with him over it. So he's going to be a starter. Clark Schmidt is our number 4. Will Warren is number 5. The bullpen is as follows: the hard-throwing Fernando Cruz, Mark Leiter, Tim Hill, Joindris Gomez, Ian Hamilton, Luke Weaver, and of course the airbender Devin Williams. The lineup versus righties, I'll have Chisholm leading off because I want to have speed in front of Judge. Despite Austin Wells, I think I've heard want to be the leadoff hitter, or the idea has been thrown out there. I'm just not going to do it with a catcher. It just don't make sense to me. Like, unless you one of them catchers that can steal bases or is at least decently fast, I'm not going to bother. Judge, obviously, at number 2. They have finally, after about 5 or 6 years, made his ratings actually look like he is phenomenal, like he really is. I still don't think his arm strength is high enough, but whatever. Belly gonna be number 3, Ben Rice number 4, Goldie at 5, Jason Dominguez at 6. I think they did him dirty with his speed. 62 is not fast enough. I know he's probably slowed down some because he didn't run last year in AAA as often as he could, because he didn't want to slide, head first, hands first, mess up that elbow. Made complete sense. But 62 speed, come on, he's not average, dog. Austin Wells, number 7, Volpe 8, and Oswaldo Cabrera is number 9. Now, that being said, DJ LeMahieu somehow is not rated that poorly in terms of fielding. So Cabrera is kind of on a bit of a short leash in my eyes. LeMahieu is more than likely going to get a decent amount of play out there at third base. You might see him as second, might move, Chisholm to third. Just depends on how I see things. Against lefties, a lot of the lineup really doesn't change, the exception being Dom Smith will be batting number 9. All of the lineups, both for this team and teams across the league, I basically based it off of whatever I saw on Fangraphs like the past 2 days, or else I would have had a video out by now. Do have a couple of, housekeeping rules. The most important house rule is I am abiding by no trade clauses. For the most part, unless a team is absolutely terrible for multiple years in a row, and I can really see that it makes sense for a team, all players, and I mean all players throughout the league that have either a full no trade or a limited no trade clause, we adhere to it. So that means Judge, Cole, Fried, I believe, has one. Rodon has one. Giancarlo Stanton has one. DJ LeMahieu has one because he's a 10-5 player. He's played for the Yankees for the last, I want to say 7 years now, but has 10 years of service time in general. Not going to trade him. So that is the limitation y'all going to see as far as me playing with the Yankees. I know y'all probably were looking like, why are you going with the Yankees, dog? It's too easy. They can spend all the money they want. First off, Hal don't spend no damn money like that, and when he does, I don't always agree with it. Like Max Fried's contract, I don't agree with the fact that it's an 8-year deal, and he is already 31. But we're going to live with it, and if I got to move him to the bullpen, I will. As far as additional trades are concerned, if I do make any trades, I'm going to do my best that I can to attempt to overpay. Given MLB the Show's nature with trade logic over the last 20 years, I could easily fleece this damn game. It ain't even funny, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hold at least a little bit of integrity in myself. I also do have 30 team control on, so I will be making trades for other teams across the league, and I will do my absolute damnedest to be as fair about them as possible. For the first 2 years, you probably aren't going to see a lot of top prospects move. After that, depending on the age of a player and where their potential might be, shit gonna change. And hopefully we don't have to really deal with that. We will have already won at least one, if not 2 World Series. By that point, your LeMahieu's, your Judges, your Stantons, they're gonna get older and they're gonna regress. I will, at the end of each year and sometimes in the middle of it, attempt to curb that regression because I know it is too strong. SDS says otherwise. I don't agree with it. Matter of fact, I'll have a podcast episode about that later. Now, because of the lack of cap space we have, the draft is going to be of the utmost importance that we get right. We are going to have to eventually draft the next great Yankees. And I do want to eventually get to the point where Aaron Judge is retired. You know, we got his number 99 out there in Monument Park. The number one thing for this franchise is get Judge a damn ring. Once we get him a ring, we can really start thinking about the future. At least by year 3, having a pretty good idea of who is that next great Yankee, who is or who are those next great Yankees, because I hope it's multiple players. In the meantime, let's get to opening day. So many people looking to write us off. It's ridiculous. Even some of our own Yankee fans are saying the season is over. We got nothing to play for. Just end it all right now. I don't believe in that. Now, I'm fortunate enough to have been a Yankee fan who watched the 90s to 2000s dynasty. And I really do think that Aaron Judge and some of the other cast characters on this team will definitely be able to help us, even if we don't have our true ace. As you can see the projected numbers here. Basically, Aaron Judge is about to lead in everything except stolen bases because he don't really steal bases. And we're going to need to rely on Carlos Rodon and the rest of the starting rotation to get job done, as he has had very good seasons, not just here, but as a White Sox and as well as a Giant. Almost 200 strikeouts last year and 175 innings pitched. Very good strike to walk ratio as we face the Brewers, a team that honestly I'm gonna call them mid, but they're good enough to be mid yet win the division most of the time. And Rodon ends up throwing the ball. Chourio, one of the few players in the league that is young and got an extension before he even made it to the majors for real, and he is gonna make that contract worth every penny, as he is extremely fast and easily ends up with a double. I do find it a little disrespectful that Aaron Judge has bronze fielding, but I'm not gonna mess with that. As you know what, it's whatever. We'll deal with it how we deal with it. Christian Yelich had a bit of a bounce back season. Not a ton of RBIs, but he did hit very well when he came to the plate. Does not show that striking out for the first time this season. Can't advance. Chourio, Contreras, William Contreras, not Wilson, who is in the same division, if y'all don't already know, with the St. Louis Cardinals, a team that is in purgatory in my opinion. Defense was an issue for us last season, and I'm just going to... MLB the Show has made a big emphasis on defense this year, so we might be struggling a little bit. As Contreras bounces it to Volpe, and Volpe, the ball bounces up over his head. Chourio will score from second, and that is 1-0. Oh, boy. As if we didn't have enough issues last year with defense. It kind of continues, but it's early. We got plenty of time to fix those things. It's a singular run. Hopefully we don't let, it become a runaway train. Fly ball to right field as Judge will charge this one. And at first will stay put. Look at the rest of the Brewers lineup. Contreras, Mitchell, Hoskins, Turang, Vinny Capra, Eric Haas, and Joey Ortiz. Some bench bats are Sal Frelick, Jake Bowers, and our former New York Yankee, Caleb Durbin, who we traded him. Y'all already know the trade was. We had to let Nestor go. I don't blame them, though I liked Nestor in some respects. Getting a shutdown, if not one of the top 3 shutdown closers in all of baseball, is, something we definitely needed to do. As Hoskins grounds one past Cabrera for another base hit. And then, come on, please, do not lose your mind. What are you doing out there, Rodon? Get it together. You already got 2 outs. Ground ball to Volpe, and he'll go to first and not the short way to end the inning. Ooh, okay, I got a little nervous there. Freddie Peralta on the mound for the Brewers. You're looking for Brandon Woodruff. He is hurt. As I stated earlier, I've injured players that have needed to be injured, and others, we ain't going to concern ourselves with them.
Leading off,
Jazz Chisholm is going to lead off, despite the fact that I believe Austin Wells has already stated he wanted to lead off in real life, but that was my idea, as Chisholm capitalizes and gets a ground rule double. He hit that really hard. It's just a single bounce right there and right into the stands of the souvenir for someone. I thought the netting went all the way to the foul line, but I guess it doesn't. Usually when I go to Yankee Stadium, I'm usually on the right field side. And Judge hits one in the right field. It is going to bounce down in front of the Boys and Girls Club in America sign. And wow, that ball got in extremely fast. So Judge will end up with just a single as Belly comes to the plate. Curveball. First pitch he saw, 4-6-3 double play. Not a good look for Belly. Literally the only pitch he saw. Ben Rice has worked it to a 3-0 count. Chopper back up the middle. Peralta is able to glove it on the bounce, and that'll end the first inning. All we got is one. Of course, our captain came through, but we are going to need them other bats. Chisholm, Rice, Goldschmidt, all the names you could think. Oh, everybody. Let's just put it that way. We are going to get back to the World Series and win it. Rodon, 1-2, strikeout on a cutter outside of Eric Haas. That is his second punch out of the game. Ortiz, 0-2, and he'll stare at a fastball of his own on the outside corner. That is a third strikeout. Rodon looking to rack up help. Get as many strikeouts as you can at this point. I am not mad at that at all. Churio gets his second plate appearance, but he'll fly it out to Bellinger. And through 2, still tied at 1 apiece. Goldie, Dominguez, Wells will come up at the bottom of the second. Goldschmidt, one of the many former MVPs on this team. Tim, Stanton, Judge. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting somebody? I probably am. I'm going to feel like an idiot as he pops it out into first base foul territory. It's not a good look for Goldie in his first plate appearance. Dominguez. He's had some issues with defense, as you've probably already seen in IRL spring training. Hopefully he can come through with his bat and he can figure out the fielding thing later. Also, I do feel like MLB the Show did him dirty. I feel like I mentioned that. He'll pop it up in front of the pitching mound, and damn, it's not a good first plate appearance for him either. Wells hits a fastball into left field, but it's going to find Yelich's glove for the final out of the second. Maybe I was thinking Yelich was the other MVP. I mean, he's on the other side, so we are not concerned. And despite the youthful look, he has 1,500 hits. I tend to forget that Yelich, 1, is in Milwaukee, and 2, he's been playing for a decent amount of time. Fortunately, he strike out on a rare high 12-6 curveball from Rhode Island. Take a look at that, and yeah, absolutely jammed him. Guess Yelich realized once that ball broke, it was coming back towards the center of the plate. He could not extend his elbows. Hell, he couldn't even body it up to hit it all that well, or at all. As Contreras will ground it into right field for a single. First hit here, and Mitchell smacks one over first base, over the foul line, as a matter of fact, and he'll end up with a double. Damn, yo, Judge is not that slow. He'd have been able to get to that. Jeez. Now the Brewers are in business with Reese Hoskins, who's already gotten a hit, and I did something I don't normally do. I don't care to intentionally walk guys, but this is just one of those situations. I figured I want the double play if I can get it. Otherwise, this inning is about to be a damn disaster. Hopefully, it is the better of the two options. Fly ball to left field, and Dominguez will make the catch. Runner from third will tag, and they will be safe. Brewers lead 2-1. You know what? There really wasn't much that Dominguez was going to do. He didn't get the best of jumps. Even if he got a perfect jump, I think that guy was going nonetheless. Capra popped this up into the dugout area, and Goldschmidt reaches over into the dugout and then says, all right, I'm going to go sit my 37-year-old ass down. Unfortunately, he won't bat till much later if it comes to that situation. It's Walter Cabrera. I got to say, I like him because he's versatile, but I don't know how much we are going to really rely on him at third base. There are some players that I am looking at that I might want to trade for. I'm going to wait a while. I'll even see what DJ LeMahieu's got. Chisholm played third base great last year, and he will smoke this one to dead center. That's what we are talking about. Guys like Chisholm, who honestly had his best season last year after getting traded from the Marlins to the Yankees. Maybe that winning culture helped unlock another gear for him. He daps up Judge coming to the plate on his own. You're tied 2-2 ball game. I don't know if I'm expecting 30 home runs from Chisholm, but I will gladly take another 25 from him, as unfortunately Judge will pop out into foul territory as Rodon will come back to the mound. Rodon seems to be working at a pretty nice pace, about 12, 13 pitches an inning in. He strikes out yet another Brewer batter. That is his 5th? Oh yeah, 5 strikeouts for him. Ground ball by Ortiz to Volpe. Not going to have a problem fielding that one. Churio. Now 61st pitch, he is going to stare at a slider right down the middle. I'm thinking he might have been looking for the fastball, but listen, young man, you'll be able to adjust in due time. 6 punch out for Rodon. Bellinger, who I actually come to find out, I did watch his father when he was a Yankee, and I didn't realize till while editing that he actually chose to wear his dad's number. As unfortunately Goldschmidt will ground it shortstop to first as we move towards the second half of the ball game, which I probably shouldn't say second half because it's 9 innings, but nonetheless, here is the pitcher comparison. The Yankees are putting bat on ball, hence why they aren't striking out that much, but it remains to be seen how things will play out in the latter half of the game. Peralta has not thrown that many pitches, unlike Rodon, who is now up to 67 but 6 strikeouts. Net make it 7 with a slider inside as Contreras cannot take the bat off his shoulders. I'm not sure what the easy 1, 2, 3 means. It's another trophy, as you know, when you start up MLB the Show. You're going to end up with like a bunch of trophies in the first like 2 games, you know, if you're good enough. A ground ball past Schmidt and Chisholm into right field as Mitchell gets another base hit. Hoskins under the glove of Cabrera, and oh boy, defense. Guessing if you were a better defender, as opposed to kind of jack of all trades. I can play a lot of different positions, but none of them great. It is what it is. Dominguez is going to get a fly ball left, and we will get out of danger without any runs crossing the board. And what do you know? Dominguez ends up leading off the very next half inning. Can he get his first hit of the season? Ooh, geez Louise, fastball just caught him napping on the subway. Second punch out for Peralta. As, he had no chance, absolutely no chance of hitting that one. As Wells will strike out. Fastball away this time as we take a look at the pitch sequence. Went fastball, which Wells swung at. Another fastball, make it 3, make it 4. Almost everything away except for that 3rd pitch. As we jump back to the 6th inning as Rodon gets yet another punch out. Circle change this time. He has 8 strikeouts so far. In case you were wondering, according to Baseball Reference, the opening day Yankee record is 10, held by a pitcher we would much prefer be starting this game, Gerrit Cole, 2 seasons ago. Strike number 3. Actually, was that 10 right there? No, that's 9. Or I realize I ended up showing the replay. As you can see, Haas had absolutely no shot. As a matter of fact, I think he thought, I'm going to swing anyway, regardless of what it is, and that just wasn't a very smart decision. Pop up, as this won't be a strikeout unless Cabrera drops it, and maybe we get to the next batter. So it remains to be seen whether we will see Rodon in the 7th inning, given he is at 91 pitches. Nonetheless, we wrap around the lineup 9-1-2. Take a look at the bullpen. I think I'm going to switch it up, or at least warm somebody else up. I don't want the inning to get out of hand, and then I'm like, oh shit, I got to actually warm somebody up. As Cabrera will unfortunately hit a liner into shallow center field out. Chisholm has already got 2 hits, both of them extra bases. What's he got in store for number 3? He pulls this to right field, but it's just going to hang up a little too long with a second out in the 8th inning. I really want an insurance run. And who better to bank on than Aaron Judge as slider, low, not going to chase that. I can't tell you how many times Aaron Judge has honestly had great vision at the plate and just stared at a pitch that honestly it was 50-50 as, he's going to swing and miss at the high heater as, damn. Really would have loved to see him put bat on ball. 87th pitch for Rodon, looking for the at least tie the strikeout record with Gerrit Cole. Maybe break it, you never know. As, circle change, it is now 3-1 as Yelich is on deck. This might be the last pitch we see of Rodon. 92nd pitch, gonna get hit to center field. As Bellinger will make the catch, of course he does, for the first out, and yeah, Boone is gonna call it. I think we might have extended him a little longer than I might have liked, but it is what it is. It's the first start of the season. We got all update tomorrow. We will be fine as we call on Joe Indries. Gomez, 3.97 ERA, 1.59 whip. As you can see with the strikeout to walk rate percentages. Almost walking as many guys on a rate basis as he does strike him out. Strike him out, I would see a little bit more. As honestly, I went to warm up because I've never thrown a sweeper because it is new to MLB the Show 20. I still kind of contend that the sweeper is still kind of a slider, as I can tell a slight difference between the two. The sweeper kind of has a little bit more horizontal break. The slider seems like an extremely exaggerated cutter, as fastball is going to get thrown in there as gets out a big batter in Christian Yelich. But tomato, tomato, grape tomato, cherry tomato, the slurve is not much different looking either. As the sweeper, honestly, I think kind of looks more like a slurve. But I don't have the computers for this. Nonetheless, ground ball past Chisholm. Oh, come on, dog. You could have got that. Come on. You a damn good fielder and you didn't get that. Hopefully that doesn't bite us in the backside. Garrett Mitchell already 2 hits. Rips it right to Volpe, and he'll go the short way to Chisholm, who will step on the bag for the out in the 7th. So get up, stretch, do what you got to do. As 8th, 9th inning, hopefully that's all we need to win this ball game. Bellinger, unfortunately, is going to get hit with a pitch, and he is absolutely unfazed by that slide. Now, being on base, and me forgetting that Bellinger actually is a pretty damn solid athlete. I could, go with stealing a bag. What do you know? We do go with one, and Ben Rice kind of swings at it as Bellinger will advance to second on the pass ball. No. Official score is going to call it a stolen base. I don't know why. But, hey, who am I to complain as Ben Rice hits it foul, and now the ball boy is going to have to run a long way to do his job. He hasn't had to do much all day. Rice bouncing out of the way of a slider, and then, bro, you got to just let that thing hit you. Take the free base. The only free base we allow around here in the Bronx anymore. As Goldie is now in the on-deck circle, looking to hopefully step up with 2 runners on. Rice showing some great patience. 9th pitch up the middle as Bellinger is going to actually hold up at third. Not a bad idea because even a double play may get us a run. And that is the end of the line for Peralta. Is what it is. He pitched really well. I really can't even be mad, or really you can't be mad at him if you're a Brewers fan, as I assume many people who are going to watch this series are going to be rooting against us. And you know what? I'm all for it. Bring it on. Please, please. I need more haters. Nonetheless, Goldie steps up to the plate where I didn't realize he had a platoon advantage against lefties, as he has a 90 contact rating, but unfortunately he can't connect on that pitch. Fortunately, he didn't hit into a double play. And why am I getting a trophy for striking out? That's really weird. I don't want participation trophies. World Series only around here. All right. Nonetheless, the phenom Jason Dominguez will pop this one up in the foul territory. Oh boy. I keep forgetting his weaker side is against left-handed pitching. Now we are going to call on Austin Wells to hopefully drive in a run to look at some of this defense. They're solid. Actually, they're probably better than us. Let's keep it 100. 1-0 pitch. Fastball right low down the middle, and it's going to get smacked up the middle for a hit in. Austin Wells comes through in the clutch. Give us a 1-run lead. No, that is not... I don't feel very comfortable with that. I would appreciate if we can get some more runs. And we're going to call on Volpe here in the 8th spot. And oh, man, he swings at a high cutter, damn near at his batting helmet, and a wasted opportunity for him and us. As we get out of the 7th with the lead, but I don't like 1-run leads. Gerrit Cole is going to come to the mound. Very good strikeout to walk percentage rates. But he has to face Jazz Chisholm, who swoops it right up the middle. Jeez. cutter almost took his head off.
The right fielder, number
He is
99.
on first in front of Aaron Judge and could be stealing, though. That's really risky at this point in time. But would help to avoid the double play. Judge smokes it up the middle. Bounces down in center field. Everybody will only move up a singular base. Come on, Yankees. As Bellinger steps up, smacks it up the middle to short, step on the bag for one, over to first, and Bellinger uses that hustle, something we really could have used last year, both on the offense and defensive end. Cole like it is. Because he is safe, we get another opportunity, and opportunities are what we need for the long haul. All 162, playoffs, World Series, whenever, wherever. We got to take advantage as best we can. Goldie's in the on-deck circle as Ben Rice is at the plate. Looking to, you know what, I'll take a walk, but if you can get a hit, obviously that is an even better situation. 3-2 and curveball way outside. Smart move not to even bother taking that bat off the shoulder. Again, Goldie has the platoon advantage. A very good left-handed hitting batter. He hits this one into left field, over the line, foul, into the corner. One runner score. Actually, 2 runs in score, as my math is way off. So we lead 5-2 here in the 8th inning. Now Cohen is going to get up out of here. They call on Connor Thomas. 4-seam slider, changeup. 2-seam for Jason Dominguez. Facing the lefty. Again, this is not his strength side as he rips this one over third base into left field. Both runners have scored, and he will stay put at first. We're taking a 7-2 lead. That's what I'm talking about, young boy. We call on Luke Weaver as we just jump ahead to the 9th inning. He's not coming in a save situation as the Brewers couldn't get anything in the 8th. Pop up into foul territory. Goldie's going to make that catch. I did have Williams warming up just in case we didn't score much in the 8th, but we scored 5 runs, so who am I to, just sit him back down. It ain't no point. Fly ball in the left field. Churio looks like one of the last opportunities to start a rally as this ball is going to get hit to center field. Belly's going to make the catch, and the Yankees pick up victory number 1. I don't know if you saw in the graphic earlier. They had us slated to have 88 wins this season, and I just will not have it. Second in the division? Who's going to beat us? Who is going to beat us for the division? The Orioles are a damn good team. Jays are, all right. The Red Sox have made some noise, especially in some of the weird and contrarian analysts. Jazz Chisholm, rightfully the player of the game, 3 for 4 with a double. Like, share, and subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. Peace out.